I'm going to show you guys how to double your closing ratio selling insurance over the phone with a program called Crankwheel. Now, Crankwheel is great. I'm sure if you sell insurance over the phone to seniors or an older marketer, or even, anybody in general, then you'll know that it can be hard to develop trust. Trust is one of the hardest things to grow and establish in a phone sale, and it's why face-to-face sales is easier than selling over the phone, because there's a person, they see you, they interact, and that trust is easy to build. Over the phone, you have to develop it with conversation, with the knowledge that you have, and really just talking to someone and with your tonality. But this tool here will help turn a phone sale into a face-to-face sale. So what it does, you log into a website, crankwheel.com, and I'm going to have a full walkthrough of this whole thing in a minute here, but you log into the website and then you start the screen sharing software. And it's just this little thing that pops up, and you can put a cell phone number in there and it will send a text message to a number with a link to click on. Now on their phone, they can just click on the link, it'll open up, and it will, whoever is looking on their phone, it'll open it up in a browser when they click the link, and they'll be able to see either your computer screen or you on a camera on your computer. You can't see them, but it's a very easy way for you to show, hey, I'm a real person. You can show them, they can see you through your webcam right on a browser on their phone, or you can screen share and go through brochures and show them quotes and show them how to do an application. So I use this tool every week. It's great. I love it. You get like 15 free uses a month, and then after that you have to pay for them. All right. So really what you would use this for in your closing is if someone is in a point where they don't really trust you that much, if you feel like it's a trust issue, or even if as you're going through the presentation. It's a great way for people to understand the products that you're selling, because sometimes when we talk to our clients, they don't fully comprehend or grasp exactly what we're saying the whole time we're saying it, and they'll just kind of nod us along the process. But when you have a screen share with them and you're showing them the brochure for the product that you're selling, when you're showing them the quotes, when you're showing them the application process, when you're showing them random things at your desk, like, oh, I love peanut, this is the best peanut butter, Billy, see it, write it down. So when they see those things, like, it keeps them engaged in the conversation, and they're kind of emotionally attached to it. And it's really impressive to a lot of people that are older and may not have any of these tools, because the thing is, it's very hard to teach someone how to download Zoom, right? Like, our market, getting them to sign a DocuSign in an email can be a struggle. Never mind being like, hey, let's download Zoom so we can share the screen so you can see more trust. Because you know what I mean. When you go for the close and some people tell you, I got to think about it, it's like, dude, you just don't trust me. Or I don't give my bank information out over the phone. I don't give my social security number out over the phone. I don't do business over the phone. So this tool can really, really help put the personal touch into a sale that normally would be impersonal, typical telemarketing telesale. I'm telling you, programs like this are going to change the way that people sell. They're going to change the way people buy. Because why in God's green earth would someone want to drive around to someone's house when they can just share their computer screen? And why would someone want someone coming into their house when they can just pull out their phone and look at everything that person's going to go to their house and show them anyway, without them having to clean up? And trust me, if you sold final expense, some of these houses are disgusting. like I love our clients, but some of them are, you don't really want to sit on the couch, I'm talking about. So this tool is a great way for you to personalize the sale, build trust, and show the client that you are a person, that you're professional, you can be well dressed. I show them my dog. I pull up my dog, I'm like, hey, look at our little office mascot here, Leia. Okay, they see my office, they see the Yoda in the back. I had a woman last week, she's like, oh, you got baby Yoda, my grandkids love it. I'm like, well, that ain't baby Yoda, but at least she kind of knew what it was, so it was cool. And I show them different things around here. So look, utilize this tool. It's super easy to use. Check out the link in the description, Crankwheel, and you can just use that to help with doing your sales process. So what I would do is, when you're in your sales process, this is when you want to use this. When you are getting into presenting the features of the program. So when you go, once you isolate exactly what product it is that you're going to be presenting, or with which company, like what plan, with what company they best qualify for, whatever, whichever one you're presenting, you want to pull up that brochure for the company in a PDF on your computer, and you want to ask the client, hey, do you have is this a cell phone that we're talking on? Yes. You know how to get text messages while you're on the phone? Yeah, you have to ask that because some of our clients, they don't. You know how to get text messages while you're on the phone? They say yes, say great. I'm going to send you this text message here. So, and you'll see in the walkthrough how it works, but you just send a text message to someone's phone from the program, and then they click on it and it opens up the browser on their phone, and then it has the app on your computer that you can use to share whatever you want. So you want to do this when you're presenting the features of the program. That way it's not like you're just telling them something. And think about it too. Some of the things that we offer, some of the features that our products have, like a terminal illness accelerated death benefit rider. It's like, whoa, right? I mean, you go up to a random person on the street, you're like, you ever hear of the terminal illness accelerated death benefit rider? And they're like, no. So we know this stuff because we do this every day, but our clients don't. So sometimes when we present these features, they can just get confused about it, and they can think that these things that come free with a policy are just things that they're paying for and that they don't really need, they don't see the value in it. So when you have someone read these things, they can actually comprehend, they can retain, and they can be engaged in these features and benefits that you're explaining. And then they're seeing like third-party validation, right? Like, hey, this is a professionally made brochure that this person's bringing me through. It'll have the company name on it. It'll have the contact information, all that stuff. So it's really, really good for breaking it out at that point when you're presenting the features and the benefits. And then what you can do once you present that, then you can bring up the quoting software, run the quotes right there. Be like, hey, which one do you want? They're looking at the screen, so they don't have to write it down in chicken scratch that they can probably barely even read. So they'll see the quotes right there. And then as you're running, and then what you can do too, if you close them on a coverage amount, you can keep the screen shared and walk them through the application. It makes it so much easier to get bank account information and social security numbers and all that stuff because they're seeing you enter it on the application. If there's an e-app or if there's a paper app, just get a fillable PDF, right? Like, you know what I mean? Some telesales carriers, they don't have an electronic application. We use American Amicable. They do. Prosperity Life has an electronic application that then you have to do a voice signature or a telephone interview with. But some companies like Americo Eagle, I don't even think that they have they didn't before when I sold them. Royal Neighbors, they didn't have an e-app for their telesale. They have an e-app, but we didn't use one for the telesale. So when that's the case, if there's no e-app, then you can just have a fillable PDF of the application. You create one, create a fillable PDF, and then go in and just start filling it out as the client's on the phone with you. And it makes it so much easier to get that information because they see where you're putting it, right? It's like when the reason why people get scared when you give them their social and banking to get their bank account and social is, one, they don't know who you are. So when you screen share with them with Crankwheel, they see, okay, this person's, they're professionally dressed, they look legit, they're showing me all the fancy brochures and all this stuff. It completely eliminates the idea that you're a scammer. And then when they see that you're going through the application, they see where the information is going. So they're not like, why does this guy need my social? It's like, well, it's because it asked for it on the application. Boom, there it is. So please use this, utilize this. It'll double your closing ratio selling insurance over the phone. I recommend using this as much as you can because look, when you're on the phone with a lead, like that's you got like one shot. You guys know callbacks don't always amount to anything. You got one shot. You want to go for that one call close. If anybody tells you otherwise, listen, go for the one call close every time. Okay, another great time to use this is with a policy review. So once your clients get their policy, you can screen share. They can have their policy open, and then you can just run through the different pages of the policy from your computer, right? Once they do it, and policy reviews are great because you can always upsell. It's easier to upsell on a policy review than any other time, and you can ask for referrals as well. They say maybe have like a referrals page that you pull up, a referrals PDF or a referrals Google Doc, and you just get the screen shared, and you're like, hey, need the name and number of some people, and you ask for referrals that way too, and then they'll be able to see where the information's going. Be like, look, it's secure, stored in my whatever, my secure database, and yeah. So that's that. Crankwheel is awesome. I would definitely recommend using it. I'm sorry I haven't told you about you guys about this earlier. I knew this would be a shorter video, so I was like, I don't want to release like a super short video. They usually don't get as much traction as some of the longer ones for some reason. I guess us insurance agents are pretty boring, and we just like watching like long videos of people talking at their desk. But hey, whatever my audience wants, I got to give them. So use Crankwheel. It's crankwheel.com. And yeah, if you have any questions, then just reach out to me at thejve.com. And also, if you want to check out my other video, you're going to look up and see it. It's how to make $100,000. It's a script overview of how to make $100,000 selling final expense life insurance over the phone. So check out that video, subscribe to my channel, email me at jve@thejve.com if you have any questions. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And I just hit 1,000 subscribers this weekend, so I'm pumped.
Okay, so here we go to crankwheel.com. Just brings you to this website. I'll just log in here. Crankwheel.com. And then you're going to go to login up here. You're going to want to create an account, sign up, obviously. But we're just going to go log in for now. I was already logged in. You just put your email and it logs you in. So this is super cool. It's very, very easy to share your screen. A lot of our clients, as you know, they're not really the most technologically savvy people. So the cool thing about being able to share your screen with someone who doesn't know how to download an app or use anything like that is that you can make a face-to-face sale out of a telesale. So it's really cool. So you just click start screen sharing here, and then I have a bunch of screens, so I'm going to pull it to the screen. This thing pops up here. Okay. And allow notifications. Got it. Okay, so this screen pops up, and now what you do is you click just webcam for now, I guess. I have my camera above me here, and I'm going to put my cell phone number. So you can put a cell phone number and email, whatever you want, or copy a link and send it to them, or they can just type that link. But I'm going to hit send, and then I'm going to show what the text looks like. So the text looks like this. I mean, you get it on the phone. You just click the meeting, and then that's all it is. Boom. So now it's like right here, right? And you can just see the person right on the screen. I mean, I'm waving at my webcam, and then I can adjust the camera however I want, whatever. But the person on the other end of the phone, so like this would be your client's phone. So what you're seeing on this side of the screen is on the left side of the screen, you're seeing what it looks like on the phone, and then you're seeing on the computer screen what it looks like on the computer. So the client, I can't see the client through my phone, but they can see me. And then I can screen share a tab if I needed to. So say I want to have say I want to screen share like a brochure. Okay, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to screen share a brochure, and we're going to main menu, order supply. This is just with American Amicable. They're one of our main carrier. We're going to see peace of mind. So view print. So now the cool thing is too, like now what I can do in Crankwheel, I can do share a browser tab, and then I click on this, and then boom, the browser tab shows up on the cell phone. So, and I'll have my camera on there too, and I can zoom in and out. And it's actually, as I zoom in and out, with this window, as you can see here, the window, it shows what I'm looking at on the phone as I'm zooming in and out. Okay, so you can just like go through and run and present a brochure to someone. Like you can be like, oh yeah, and it's okay. It's affordable premiums, death benefit. It has the death benefit is guaranteed to never decrease. So essentially, all you have to do is go through this, and then you can explain features and benefits right from the brochure, so people see it right from the screen. Because people believe what they see, not what they hear, right? So that's really the key to this. And then say you want to quote someone, so you just go to another website, confirm the tab, and I'm gonna just quote. Say we want to do a rate for a level benefit, 65-year-old male in Florida. Okay. Now the client can see my screen here, so it's a little delayed, but the client can see my screen, right? So they're gonna see when I type in here. So 10,000, right? They're gonna see the rates, and then I hit generate quote, and say, okay, cool. See those rates there? Yep. All right. So those are the different programs I just ran a quote on. Which of these best fits is the best fit for you? So it's really cool because like this is such a great way to increase trust. And I'm telling you, this will drastically increase your closing ratio because you're just personalizing it for them. I promise they've never had anybody do anything like this ever for them. They got a cell phone, you can use this and totally blow their mind. They only have to be able to get text messages and have a browser on their phone, and that's really all you need.
So if you want to check out my other video, you're going to look up and see it. It's how to make $100,000. It's a script overview of how to make $100,000 selling final expense life insurance over the phone. So check out that video. Subscribe to my channel. Email me at jve@thejve.com if you have any questions. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your support.